Tony, and I'm here presenting very quickly about women's health in Jamaica when it comes to health related behaviors, breast, cervical screening, and examination. I wanted to bring more awareness to the diaspora and just the Jamaican people about women's wellness because my channel is about wellness. That's one thing I'm very passionate about, especially Black women wellness. Touch base and bring awareness to some stats that I've came across when looking into the survey that came out in 2021. So just a little housekeeping, gotta big up the Info Jamaica before I get into the slides. So Info Jamaica is a platform that is growing with a mission to empower the people of Jamaica, diaspora, and the locals. You can't leave out the local people of Jamaica, man. Like I'm closing that gap for both the diaspora and the local people of Jamaica. I want to provide the knowledge and the information that fosters a sense of connection and growth by highlighting the positive initiatives driving wellness, real estate development, and economic prosperity in Jamaica. Whether you're interested in exploring opportunities when it comes to personal wellness, in investing in Jamaica's thriving real estate market, because the real estate market is booming. It's always been booming, especially when like COVID happened. I think that's when it gave it that extra push. Or if you want to stay updated on the country's economic development and outlook, Info Jamaica, we're closing that gap. So make sure you stay connected. Tap into the website. We're slowly building. We're still in our infant stages. So support the cause. www.info-jamaica.com. You can email infojamaica876@gmail.com. Advertise with us for free. Space is limited. If you go on the website, you'll see a couple spaces where you can, post up your ads. Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter, Diaspora Connect. It has not started yet. I haven't jumped on it as yet. I'm still building that email list and still getting, the brainstorming when it comes to what exactly I want to put into that newsletter. It's definitely going to be real estate, pretty much what we talk about here: wellness, real estate, and just like economic growth and just connecting the diaspora in a positive way, because Jamaica, a lot of people say Jamaica's bad and they have this whole stipulation about Jamaica and stuff like that I'm not about it. You got to be aware, but I want to promote the good things of Jamaica. I want to connect the diaspora back to the homeland of where they're from. If they're from there, whatever. Moving forward to the left here, you can get your copy of Jamaica How-To Guide. This is volume 1. I created this for anyone that's interested in getting their TRN card, their Jamaican passport, or citizenship. Just so you're aware, you have to be a citizen before you get your Jamaican passport. And in most cases, I would say 90% of the time, you're going to need your TRN card to do any type of business in Jamaica. So I suggest you get your copy. I'll leave the link in the description below. Get your copy of the Jamaica How-To Guide. There's links in there that gives you direct access to whatever it is you need. So it's pretty much helping you navigate through that process. So that's why that was created. And if you move over to the left, or sorry, to the right here, follow us on Instagram at infojamaica876, and you can tap in, connect with us direct on WhatsApp at 876-789-2276. So let's get into it. All right, so women's health in Jamaica is a topic of critical importance. Health services are striving to provide comprehensive care, but some areas still need a significant attention. Health-related behaviors refer to the decisions and actions of individuals that either positively or negatively impact their health. Those with a positive impact include proper nutrition, use of contraceptive methods, exercise, screening, and refraining from substance abuse. So the information that is provided in today's presentation is all from the survey done in 2021 called Reproductive Health Survey Jamaica. The link is right there. I will also link it in the description at the bottom of this video. So if you are interested in knowing what other things they dive into, because they do dive into a lot of different things, not just women's health, men's health, and just overall reproductive health. Tap into it, take a look and read, and dive in for yourself. So, did you know cervical cancer was the fourth most prevalent cancer in the population and the second most diagnosed cancer among females? This is just Jamaica I'm talking about. So that is good to know. It was estimated that approximately 200 Jamaican females die annually from cervical cancer. It was further highlighted that compared to females from other Caribbean islands, the incidence of cervical cancer was twice as high among Jamaican females. 24.7% of females said they have never done a pap smear, but they never thought of it, or because they never thought of it. That's alarming. Moving forward, the national screening strategy established by the Ministry of Health and Wellness stipulates screening recommendations for cervical cancer every 3 years for females 21 years and older if at average risk, and yearly screening if at high risk. I'm not too sure what would be considered high risk. Maybe if you have fibroids or lots of pelvic pain and stuff like that. Like, I'm not a doctor, so just make sure you talk to your healthcare provider about um, what may be considered high risk. The Ministry of Health and Wellness further recommends a pap smear for females 18 years and older who have had sex. A pap smear differs somewhat from a cervical screening test for HPV. I believe a pap smear is more just like swabs, and the cervical screening is more like scrapings of the cervix, the cervix walls. Okay, an annual mammogram for breast cancer screening is recommended for females 40 years and older. Additionally, other screenings are recommended during pregnancy. I'm going to put my little tutus in here in regards to the age here, 40 years and older. Now, let me put a little disclaimer as well. I'm not a doctor. I'm not providing any health recommendations. I'm not telling you what to do. This is solely my opinion when it comes to this. I strongly believe that a lot of younger women nowadays are getting breast cancer, and the age 40 I think should be adjusted to like at least 35. But do your own diligence, do your self examinations, talk to your doctor, and if you feel like you should get one, keep pressing, because I know that sometimes some doctors may say you're not there yet, you don't need it, but like there's people that are like 30 getting breast cancer. So, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not recommending you to do anything. Just feel out your own vibes. Okay, moving forward. Gyne- Gynecological examinations and visits. Routine gynecological examinations are intended to assess the health of females' reproductive organs. Tests may include urinalysis, breast, physical and pelvic exams, and pap smears. Okay, so let's get into some stats. Proportion of females aged 15 to 49 years who had done a routine exam and the time of last exam. Okay, this is Jamaica 2021. This is when they did their survey. So the ages 15 to 49 years, 51.8% have had a routine exam in their lifetime. Okay, that's good, especially females from the KMA. KMA, I believe, is more like the Kingston metro area where it's more heavily dense and more populated. OUC is outer urban centers at 53% compared to those in the rural areas at 48.7%. Okay, so the likelihood of having had a routine exam increased with age from 10.4% from females 15 to 19 years old to 62.5% among those who are 30 to 34, reaching a high of 74.6% of females 45 to 49. So the older we are getting, the older women are getting, we are more likely to go get these routine exams done. Prevalence was higher among more educated females, 62.4%, and those in a union, visiting 53.2%, common law relationships 59.8, married 73.8, as shown in the table below. Females who had done exams in their lifetime, over 1/3, 38.2%, had an exam in the last 12 months, and 26.3% within a year to 2 years, while 21.3% had an had an exam 3 or more years ago. So little things there. I wanted to mention something here. When it comes to the union, I'm wondering, because it says more educated females and those in a union. I'm wondering if because they're in a union, maybe they have access to benefits that will pay for exams when it comes to these type of things, is to why they are more likely to get it done. But I don't know, right? Everyone has their own different coverages. Moving into the cervical cancer screening. The Jamaica Cancer Society reported that cervical cancer was the fourth most prevalent cancer in the population and the second most diagnosed cancer among females. It was estimated that approximately 200 Jamaican females die annually from cervical cancer. It was further highlighted that compared to females from other Caribbean islands, the incidence of cervical cancer was twice as high among Jamaican females. All right, so we're moving into some more stats here. Approximately 2/3, 67.2% of females aged 15 to 49 years have had done a pap test, but was higher among sexually experienced women, 75.6%. Pap smears were also more common among heavily dense, like the Kingston area, than those living in the outer urban centers or the rural areas. Likelihood of having had a pap smear increased with age and was practically universal among women 35 years and older. Females in a union were more likely to have done a pap smear. Lower among females in common law or visiting relationships. So I think, I guess women are feeling confident in their relationships that, hey, I'm just with one partner, I don't need to go do this. But we can't forget, and we also have to remember that our body changes over time. And just because you have one partner or no partner at all doesn't mean you should not go get screened, because pap smears really have nothing to do with, or pap smears and like screening in general doesn't really have anything to do with, well, it does, but there's people that feel that they don't have sex or they don't have a partner, that they don't need to do it at all. But this is something that should be done, like was recommended um, every year, every 3 years, or whatever the case may be. Among females who have ever been screened for cervical cancer, 71.9% did so within the recommended 3 years period. Another 28.1% had their last pap smear more than 3 years ago. Well, all right, so this is very interesting. So if you're more visual, based on this chart, medical advice following cervical cancer screening among females aged 15 to 49 years who had ever had a pap smear test. 90% did not need treatment. That's good. That's very good. 5.6% needed treatment, 0.4% very effective, 4% still waiting on results. So the 5.6% after they got their cervical screening done, they needed treatment. So that 5.6% actually is in better hands, knowing something that they could have not went and found out. So I'd say I rather know than not know. I'm not too sure what this 0.4% very effective thing is. I'm not too sure exactly what they mean by that. Approximately 1/3 of females aged 15 to 49 in Jamaica have never done a pap smear. Wow, 1/3 of females 15 to 49 in Jamaica had never done a pap smear. These females were asked to provide reasons for never doing a pap smear. And here are the results. Okay, 24.7% never thought of it. 15.1% no problems. 14% other reasons. 13.2 not sexual active or nor partner. 11.6% doctor has not recommended it. 9.4% never heard of it. 8.6% test not necessary. So this is the reasons why they have never gotten it done. Um, we definitely need more things to be happening to bring up these to bring down these numbers rather. 24.7% never thought of doing it. Wow. 15 point that's like the one third, right? 15.1% they don't have any problems. So there's no symptoms, no signs, so they're just like, I'm good. Okay. Other reasons, we don't know what those other reasons are. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they don't have transportation. Maybe they just don't feel like it's necessary. So I guess this can fall into never thought of it as well. 13.2% not sexually active or no partner. This is something what I was mentioning before, literally like 2 minutes ago, about people that don't have a partner or not sexually active feel like they don't need to go do it. So they just don't do it. But really, we should be doing it, although we're not sexually active. So 13.2% say they don't do it because they're not sexually active or have no partner. 11.6% because the doctor said you don't need it, so I don't need it. But I'm kind of against this. Like I said again, this is my opinion. Um, a lot of doctors do misdiagnose, so I still would say go do it. So we need to bring down this 11.6% because the doctor said not to do it or it's not recommended. Because you're not, like I said, the breast examinations. Oh, you're not 40 yet, so you don't need it. So that's kind of I'm not too pleased about that. 9 point like if I was a doctor, I would encourage you to go do it. Like I'm not gonna say it's not recommended because you have no symptoms. I'm still gonna say just go do it. 9.4% never heard of it. Never heard of it. Never heard of screening. Wow. Never heard of a pap smear. Never heard of um, cervical screening. Nothing. We got to bring down that number. 8.6% test not necessary. I'm not too sure what that means. Wow. Good to know. Considering that a pap smear is a form of cervical cancer screening, these results suggest that there is room for more public education campaigns to increase awareness among females about the usefulness of the test. I agree. Another preventative strategy to reduce cervical cancer risk is vaccination against variants of the HPV virus. I'm going to save my opinions on vaccines. Breast cancer screening. The leading cause of cancer and cancer related death in Jamaican females is breast cancer. Wow. Early detection and diagnosis are life saving and critical to the treatment process. This would be achieved through several initiatives such as health promotion, screening, improved access, service delivery, and support. So, this was said in 2013. We are currently in 2024. This survey was done in 2021. So let's see. Almost one half of females aged 15. So right now we're looking at a chart of proportion of females aged 15 to 49 years who have done a clinical breast exam and breast self exam and the frequency of a breast self exam. Almost one half of females aged 15 to 49, 48.1% performed a breast self examination every month, 16.9% at least once per year. A little over one quarter of reproductive age females have never done a breast self examination, 26.9%. That's almost one third. 62.8% responded that a health professional had taught them how to perform the breast self examination. 54.6% of females aged 15 to 49 years indicated that they had done a clinical breast exam. More females who reside in the high populated areas like Kingston, 60.8%, and rural areas, 54.9%, had received a CBE compared to less than one half from the OUC, 49.6%. So this shows me that a lot of people in the rural areas are actually going to get this done. Have received clinical breast exams. That's good. So the rural people are coming down and getting their breast exam. That's good to hear. The proportion of females, so these are trends in preventive reproductive health practices among females. The proportion of females 15 to 49 years who have had the recommended preventative screenings and checks of their reproductive health has trended upward over time. So this is going back to what they were saying. They wanted to create an increase of 25% by 2025, which they stated in 2013. And based on this survey, the reproductive health has trended upward over time. Pap smears have gone from 50% in 1997 to 67.2% in 2021. So 1997 to 2013 is kind of like a long gap. So overall, it has increased. So that's good. The prevalence of breast self examinations increased from 55% to 70.4% between 1997 and 2021. These data suggest that over time, women of reproductive age have become more aware of the need for and value of these screenings. I also want to point out that the population has inclined since 1997 as well. So we can only hope that the percentage of people or women going to get these screenings done will increase. So I think the increase there as well, it's gone up, but 1997 to 2021 is a long time, and it's only really gone up like 17%, right? So with the population growth, um, I still believe more things need to be done. With that being said, but it's trending upward, and that's what matters really. So the conclusion to my findings in this presentation: things are improving when it comes to screening and self-examination, but more needs to be done when it comes to service, accessibility, and support. And we also need to promote and encourage a healthier lifestyle, preventative maintenance, preventative care. Let's try and prevent these things from happening. Choosing right foods, choosing, better lifestyle habits, exercise, eliminate the alcohol or don't consume so much and the smoking and stuff like that. And just, bring awareness to the community when it comes to the rural areas, try and give them more accessibility, because a lot of small niche communities in the rural areas may not be able to get down to the city to do these breast examinations, and not only that, the cost, right? They may not have the money to do it. So if Jamaica could come up with something like a mobile unit and reach up in these rural areas, maybe, I don't know, every 3 to 4 months, and they do a rotation amongst the whole islands in the rural communities, and give these and provide these types of services would be awesome. Or even, have like a designated calendar schedule where they go around and pick up these people for the day in a bus and go down to the city or the closest examination center and get these things done. And they dedicate that day or that week just for doing rural communities, so the focus can be more on them. But it's always room for growth, and I'm glad I came across this survey. Like I said before, if you guys are interested, I will leave all those links in the description where you can have access to it for yourself. Once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for tapping into this channel. I really do hope you stay connected. Follow the socials, Info Jamaica 876. You can tap in once again on the WhatsApp 876 789 2276. I don't answer calls on WhatsApp, so you can send me a message. Email me for the advertising. Make sure you tap in with the how-to guide. Like always, stay up, stay blessed, and stay true to yourself. And thank you for tapping in once again.